Well, this is a first for Track Talk, and we are absolutely delighted to have Ashley Fortune on the line with us to chat about her runners on Thursday at the Vaal. And we start off with horse number 4. And what is interesting is that Kelsey, who has had a measure of success for your yard and is a very hard worker. And we start off with Trent Mayhew getting a chance to show his mettle on Ultima Iktu in race 1. And this is the first time over a mile for this filly.
Good morning, Andrew. Ultima Iktu, she's crying for the ground. She just hasn't been physically strong enough to go the trip that she's looking for. Her last run with Julius, she ran a cracking 5th. But she's a filly that tends to drop herself out. So, I mean, she's drawn the widest of all tomorrow. So I just see her dropping herself out and making up significant ground towards the finish. You know, if she can run in the first 3, that'll be awesome.
As far as the second performance of the day is concerned, Camarata, she's a daughter of Oratorio. Her penultimate start, I thought, was rather good on the 29th of November. She wasn't disgraced, finishing 3 lengths behind Kinky Boots. That form's not too bad. What are you expecting from her?
Her last run behind Kinky Boots, the going was very soft. If you remember, we'd had quite a lot of rain on Grand Heritage Day that weekend. And she just absolutely hated the going and ended up pulling up a bit jarred. So there's definitely excuses for that performance. She's been crying for the turn as well. So I expect her to be running a very, very good race tomorrow. Definite quartet chance.
You have Southern Style. She's a daughter of Canford Cliffs. And, you know, there's smatterings of form over there. But what I like about her is the fact that she's been ridden by an apprentice that seems to have loads of ability. I remember his father very, very well. What are you expecting from Southern Style?
He's a nice, patient little rider. The apprentice, like you say, just to try and get some claim off of her. She hasn't got a great draw, but yeah, if she can run into the money, I'll be grateful.
Then we move on to the next race where Brendan James is the mount of Julius Mariba. I'm not quite sure what to make of this horse, but the Vaal run on the 13th of October behind Wolf's World was a very good run. Even though there have been no winners out of that form line, there's reason to believe that Brendan James has got some sort of a chance.
His last run took absolutely no interest from the jump, so I'm still yet to figure out why he decided to put that run in. He's definitely a horse that will go the 1800 trip with no question. It's just whether he wants to give us his best tomorrow, which I'm really hoping he does, because his work has been really nice at home and he's looking fantastic. And I'm hoping Julius can get the right tune out of him tomorrow.
On to one of the more exciting prospects for your yard, this 3-year-old daughter of Rafif, Ipso Facto. She's run behind the very talented Captain Peg, who came out and won twice subsequent to that run. She's got some interesting owners, and of course her win when she beat Tabby Cat has got loads of winners and placed horses behind her. So Ipso Facto, who hasn't run since the 4th of August, what does the yard expect from her?
Just a prep run into the feature season ahead. 1200 is a little bit on the sharp side for her. But in saying that, she is a filly that is fairly talented, and it's a nice small field for her to come back. So would I be surprised if she won? No. Would I be surprised if she ran 3rd? No. You know, she's a filly that's going to give her best, and if her best is good enough, she'll be right there.
They come to the home now, 400 to go, National Star. Ipso Facto's on its outside. Tabby Cat's away in 3rd. Now Ipso Facto moves up as they come to the final 300. Ipso Facto is the leader. National Star's in the orange back in 2nd. Tabby Cat trying to make it up on the inside, but Ipso Facto's in command as they come to the final 150. Tabby Cat is back in 2nd, but Ipso Facto goes on into the closing stages here. Ipso Facto going to win it a length and a bit to Tabby Cat. National Star behind that, and Light of Day.
That's lovely to hear. And then Captain Hindsight wraps up your day. He's a 6-year-old who's been a fantastic soldier to you. I mean, he's run a whole host of seconds. He's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 races. And there's nothing wrong with his form. I mean, it really wouldn't be a surprise to see him win because he's definitely going to be a fit horse. His last start was on the 10th of December.
He loves this 1400 and 50-meter trip, and yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a great draw, but he doesn't have the worst draw. He's a horse that likes to finish strong at the end as well, and Ryan gets quite a nice tune out of him. So he will be some sort of a runner in this type of field tomorrow.
Lovely. Well, just one final thought for you, Ash. We've been very privileged to have 3 days out here at Ans Hill in the Waterberg, and they've got in the vicinity of about 90 horses here, and there are a good few thoroughbreds. And I'm very, very, very impressed with the condition and the way in which these horses are looked after. So if you have any horses that are coming to the end of their racing career that may need a little break, I can rest assured that they will be very well looked after here. They'll have a nice job, a nice afterlife, and roam amongst the zebras. What are your thoughts on that kind of pastime?
Listen, I love sort of being in the bush anyway, and to do it on horseback is even an added bonus. But just so long as horses are looked after in their second careers, you know, I'm not fussed where they go. But love and looking after are the main components of any thoroughbred second career.
You know, when you compare them to the Boerperde and the Friesians and all the other horses that are here, some of them adapt very, very well, and I must admit, I'm hypercritical. So too is my wife, and what I've seen has been very, very heartwarming, to be honest with you.
No, that's incredible. But I must confess, I'm a thoroughbred person all day long, so
yeah,
I'm always drawn more to them than any other breed.